Oh, hello. Welcome back to the City and Beyond, where today we'll be filming episode 4 of Kamau Can Cook. Today we're making schnitzel. Traditionally, we would have, how do you say that? Wiener Schnitzel? Sorry, I don't speak German. But that is usually made with veal. We do not have veal, we have pork instead. So this is pork schnitzel. So this is not traditional, but that's okay, because we only have one rule here. Make it pretty. So, why are we making pork schnitzel? Almost called a Wiener Schnitzel, but you're not gonna catch me out there. As many of you are aware, these videos like to loop in our travels and activities because we are not able to visit many places as borders are closed, depending on when you're watching this video. But we will be making schnitzel, which we had Christmas Day in Germany. We have 2 pork loins center cut. We have our knife so we can trim and butterfly it. So from everything I've learned, you need to butterfly these pork loins, then with a mallet or a meat tenderizer, you flatten it, but I don't have one. So instead, I will be using the heel of this pan. You're also supposed to put it in a plastic bag, but that's wasteful, and it's also bad for the environment, and we're not about that. So I'll be putting it in some parchment paper to try to get it go. But I was also told you should trim off some of the fat. It's kind of a lean procedure. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to trim off some of this fat. As much as I do love some rendered fat in my meat, I'm gonna do like they told me to do. Get this out of the shot. It's up there. Alright, so next I'm going to butterfly it, or at least attempt to butterfly it. I've never done this before, but I'm a quick learner, and I learn by doing, so I think I'll be okay. I got it open, see, it's like a butterfly. This is another one of those recipes where, you guessed it, I have no idea what measurements or anything is whatsoever. We eyeball it, and as always, the rule of thumb is make it pretty. So I'm going to take this piece of loin that I've butterflied, put it in the parchment paper, cover it about halfway, and then I'm going to use the heel of the pan and just smash it. I was told you don't have to be too aggressive with it. Having a rough day at work, make some schnitzel. As you can see, it is getting bigger, but I think we can make it a little bit thinner than that. Let's give it a few more pounds. And we're gonna be as practical as humanly possible. And not everybody has a meat tenderizer. And like, even if you got it for this, what would you do with it afterwards? You'd be looking for something. Why do that? I got a pan, you got a pan, let's use the pan. We're looking good. We're looking good. It's getting nice and thin. We want it nice and even as well. I feel like we could do a little bit more. It was kind of a rough week for me, you know what I mean? No, I'm joking. But now, I need you to notice that I'm also doing it in kind of like a shoveling motion also. I don't know if this actually helps, but I'm telling you to keep note of it in the event that I am doing it right so I can brag about it later. All right, so we've gotten our pork loin pretty thin, pretty big. I think we did okay. There's this little piece right here that's a little thick. I'm gonna take a couple more seconds to bash that a little bit, and then we're gonna move on from there. See, the key here is you want it as thin and even as humanly possible, because schnitzel actually doesn't cook that long. When you put it in the fryer, you're basically trying to brown the outside, cook the inside, and be done in under 5 minutes. Okay, so now we have our schnitzel. Let me get it like in the shot here. We got it pretty thin. This is kind of what the original one looked like. We got it pretty thin comparatively. And now we're gonna move on to battering and frying it.
Shout out to the camera dying at this part. Flour, eggs, panko, drop it in the fryer.
We're going to take this and drop it right into this hot oil. And as always, put it away from you. And this part happens really fast. So it only needs to be in there for a minute or two. And then you flip it. We have finished our schnitzel. I gave it a little bit of finishing salt. I know traditionally you serve it with a wedge of lemon. However, we don't have any lemons, but I do have this citrus salt. So I just finished it with citrus salt. I made my own schnitzel sauce as well. Typically it's sour cream and some fresh herbs like dill and all this other stuff. I just took whatever was in my pantry and whatever greens I had in there. And
it looks good.
It tastes good as well. My beautiful assistant will be taking the first bite.
Ooh, I get the first bite. I feel like the cook should have the first bite.
I like to watch people enjoy it. I'm one of those. Okay.
Oh, nice rectangle. Should I just put it like...
Yeah, you can just give it a little dab. I think she will attest that it is still deliciously flavorful. You want to tell, while I cut myself a slice, do you want to tell me about your experience in Germany?
Frankfurt was the first place that I've ever gone to in Germany. And we were there for Christmas Eve. And I would go back there for like the week leading up to Christmas, because Christmas Eve the markets were closed. I think, yeah, they closed for the season. I think they closed the day before, so Christmas Eve. But we listened to I forgot what they call it, but all the church bells ring at like 6 p.m. or something like that. And we got to enjoy that, and that was pretty magical because everywhere you went, you heard bells just ringing.
They were not like melodic in fashion. It was like the beginning of that Pink Floyd song where all the alarms go off all at once. It was kind of like that. It was just all the church bells going off all at the same time.
Yeah, different songs, yeah, different parts of the song. Food-wise, had some schnitzel in a beer garden, and it was a suggestion from someone we met at a networking event, and we told him we were going to Frankfurt, and he's like, what? Like he had family there, or has family there.
Yeah, and he grew up there or lived there for a little while.
Yeah, so he had awesome recommendations. The metro is like crazy easy there. I mean, besides not knowing German, but we had an idea, and I think most things were translated into English. I don't remember how we like figured it out, but like it was pretty simple. Kamau actually navigated us.
Yeah.
And
not much of a language barrier. Pretty much everyone we spoke to spoke English.
The schnitzel and the experience at the beer garden was kind of surreal because we clearly were outsiders, if you know what I mean. and so like, but like everybody was so just in the holiday spirit that like it didn't really matter. Like I was just kind of like, are we at like a dinner party, like a party or something? There was so much
going on, yeah.
Then we almost didn't get a table, and one of the hosts or waiters, I don't know, maybe the owner, was like, no, like, we got a table for you.
Yeah.
And we just like walked through. We didn't know what we were doing.
No.
It totally worked out, and the schnitzel was worth it.
Absolutely.
Just like this one is.
Oh, she said it. What else did we do? We got some glue wine. We got some pretzels.
Which I mispronounced like the whole day.
And what else did we get while we were there?
We sat in a church to try to collect ourselves and figure out where we wanted to go. Oh, you got a pretzel?
I got a pretzel.
It was a pretzel?
Yeah. Pretzel.
And yeah, it was like, it felt like we were there so much longer than a day because we got to experience so much.
Yes.
And as you know, or if you don't know because you're new to this channel, hey.
Hello. Guten Tag.
We do what I guess some people call fast travel. We just try to like really get a lot of the experience in the amount of time that we have, because we are part-time travelers and we do believe that you can really get yourself into a culture. I feel like there's key things that we like to do to kind of get us in that, and that's usually roaming the streets.
This was actually a layover in Germany, but it was a long layover, what we like to refer to as a stopover, where there's enough time for you to go out, explore the city, town, make your way back, and make your way to the flight.
Definitely go to Germany, get some schnitzel, experience Christmas, tell them that the city and Dion sent you.
And that's gonna bring us to the end of Kamau Can Cook.
We almost finished the whole schnitzel.
It's a member of, what do they call this? The Clean Plate Club. So like us if you like us, and leave a comment for us if there's a destination you would like us to make a dish for that we've been to, or that you would like us to go to so that we can tell you what it's like. Subscribe if you haven't already for more part-time travel content, airline reviews, and Kamau cooking because borders are closed.
And he likes to cook.
And I like to cook, and I think I'm okay at it, right?
This definitely happens even with the camera off.
Yes, it
now
would.
you just have a reason, like you have an excuse.
It's absolutely would. And I've never made this before. I think for my first shot, it came out pretty good.
It came out really good.
And remember, if Kamau can cook,
you can too.
see you next week.
Bye.